Yes, good people. Welcome back to Chelsea Perspective. Welcome back to another, you could call it match preview show, lineup prediction exercise, and yep, another great show. I can promise you on Chelsea Perspective. I hope you're all doing well, and I appreciate you all of you that will join us for finding the time to be part of the show today. More importantly, without wasting much of your time, let's get into the show immediately, and I'll get back to you in a bit. Yes, people, thank you so much for finding the time to join me. We don't have too many people in the chat already, but at least I have people there, three people already, and that's not easy. I appreciate you all. Let me say hello to them before we go straight into the match preview show. And it's IRL video up to Chelsea indeed. Hopefully we'll get a win tomorrow. Again, a much needed win. This game has become even more important than it should be, given the fact that we lost at home to Brentford. Yeah, unfortunately. And the next item here, get their coach and everyone. A lot of people miss Jude, my bro. Always nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join. And we have a Chelsea, meet your boy. I don't like the he's. Yeah, Nietzsche, I like that. I appreciate you saying that. Much love to you. And a lot of people, hi. And yep, hello to you all. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. We're getting to it straight away without wasting much of your time as usual. And please, if you're watching, if you haven't, go take a look, check out Nietzsche Boy's YouTube channel. Just click the three dots to his name and click go to channel. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. If you enjoy all the shows on Chelsea Perspective, be rest assured you will enjoy Mitchell Boy's show as well. Now let's get into it without wasting much of your time. As I've said, this game has become even more important than it should be, and that's the fact. That's mainly because we lost at home to Brentford. A game you can say on paper Chelsea was supposed to win, but we didn't. First things first, as usual. I like to participate in the poll to see you can say to get to see which of the teams that the public or maybe football followers believe will win the game. So I'll go with Chelsea here. Let's go. 73% thinks it will be a Chelsea win, and 13% thinks it will be a Blackburn win. 16, no, we will end in a draw, and 16% thinks it will be a Blackburn win. That's interesting, really. Just give me 1 second here. Let me share the link in case anybody has the time to join me on the panel, so I'm not the only one waffling here. So you have a diversified opinion. Give me 1 second. I'll be right with you. Yep. Here you go. And we go for it. Boom. Yep. There you go. So had it not been for the loss against Brentford, the ideal thing for the manager to do for the game tomorrow would be to give a lot of the fringe players an opportunity. Even David Washington, but right now I don't think that will happen that much. A few players who hasn't played in a while we get a chance to play, but not all of them. I don't think David Washington gets to start. Maybe he gets to play a part, and that will happen only. That happening depends mainly on how the game pans out. You can say on how well we're doing on the day. I don't see all the French players getting an opportunity, and that's because the manager is still working on getting the players to bed in properly, especially the new players. So that's an opportunity to give them even more game time together. But I get it. A few players, such as Conor Gallagher, I suspect might be rested. Conor Gallagher and what's his name? Moses Casado most definitely will be rested, in my opinion. So let's look at the injured and suspended players for both teams. For Chelsea, Wesley Fofana, well, I'm sure everyone is well acquainted with this case. Trevor Chalobah, I'm not sure what's going on there, whether he's been frozen out or whether it's just that, yeah, in fact, he's truly injured. Romeo Lavia ankle injury and will not be back until early December. Mihailo Modric a few days, and the manager did say during his press conference that he's not going to play a part in this particular game. And Marcus Bettinelli a few days. It's been a few days for 1,000 years right now, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with Marcus Bettinelli. Enzo Fernandez a few days. I think he plays. I think he will play a part tomorrow, in my opinion. Christopher Nkunku comes back early November. Carney Chukwuemeka return date unknown. Ben Chilwell hamstring injury early December, and Amanda Broya doubtful. So I'm not sure. But that's, by the way, let's look at all the things we usually look at here. Head to head, we've played them 4 times, and we've won 4 times, and they've won. Yeah, of course, none is left since we've played them 4 times and we've won 4 times. So nothing else to look at there. And the last 4 meetings in October 2010, and that was yeah, in the Premier League we beat them 2-1 away. And in January 2011 in the Premier League also we beat them 2-0 at home. And in November 5th, 2011, we beat them 1-0 away. And in May 2012, we beat them 2-1 at home. And the 4 meetings overall, all Premier League meetings, but that's usually when I'm concerned. Because given the fact that, yeah, we've beaten them, probably if I have if we've met them 5, okay, just four. We've met them four times and we've beaten them 4 times. That will get a lot of people to start thinking maybe we'll mop the floor with them. And that's when I usually get concerned. But let's see what happens anyway. Yep, hello to meet your boy Fair and Theo Sips is in the house. Big up, coach. Big up, everyone. Big up to you too, brother. I do hope you're all doing well. Yep, I appreciate you finding the time to join us. I'm going to come to you right away, Jude, if you're there. The first question I want to ask you is this: are you looking forward to this one? You let us know. I want to hear you. If not, let us know why. If you're looking forward to this one, let us know why. And what do you think the outcome of the game would be? Whether we'd win, whether the game ends in the draw, or whether you think we'd lose. Let's hear you. If you're there, Jude.
Good afternoon, coach. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Good afternoon to you too. It's still
Okay.
morning for me. Still 12 a.m.
Oh, oh.
I know 2 p.m. time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I would say I'm looking up to it, but I would be very disappointed if we don't win the game because I think Blackburn Rovers is about number. I think they're about number 13th or so on the table in the championship.
12th in
Oh,
the championship table. Yeah, 12th. Yeah.
so, and I don't really think they are having a very fantastic run. So, I would be very disappointed if we don't beat them. And I will only advise that we don't do don't have too much competition. That's one. And then two, um, we can consider allowing those guys in our senior team who have not really been having enough playing time to feature in the game
Mm-hmm.
and rest those
Here's
that
what
we
I think
play.
about the French players playing a part. They will play a part, but not as many of them as the case would have been had we not lost to Brentford at home. I think given that loss, I think the manager will still give some of the starting players a lot of, you can say many of the starting players a role in that game tomorrow. We'll see if anything, any French player we'll see there will be Leslie Ugochukwu and who else? I don't. I not nobody else comes to mind in my opinion. David Washington, I don't think gets to play, except if we're winning by a wide margin and there's no risk in fielding him. Then the manager will give him an opportunity. But go ahead with what you were saying. Sorry for cutting you off.
Okay, no problem. Then I also expect to see Petrovic between the sticks this time. And
Hmm.
let's see what he can do. Um, I think he should be good enough to face Blackburn Rovers. Though I know sometimes those relegation teams can be very stubborn, but I would want to see Petrovic. At least this is one of those games that we can let him try. As long as he has been doing well in training, that's another big
Mhm.
factor. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree with you, but let's see what the manager does. I don't know. Were you still talking?
No, no, no. For now.
All right. All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. And we don't have too many people in the chat either, so there's not so much to get to. And so let's look at that's just a single item in terms of under the insights tab. Chelsea have won the previous four matches against Blackburn Rovers. Yeah, I think that corresponds with this head-to-head stats there, in my opinion. Not again, it's a fact actually. But that's by the way. Let's see. Let's move on to the lineup prediction exercise. We don't want to waste too much time on it. I'd argue that Petrovic will start this one, and that's because, in my opinion, you could say Sanchez he's played enough, and I think the manager have seen enough of him, and I think the reason why that last cup game that we all thought maybe Petrovic gets to play didn't play was at the time the manager was still trying to get Sanchez up to par. In my opinion, that's because he didn't play that much before we signed him, and he also didn't have a preseason with us. In my opinion, let's hear you, Jude. I don't know if you have anything to add to that. I think Petrovic starts between the sticks. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I said I'm looking out to see him start.
Oh,
Yeah, at
I
least.
forgot you said that.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
anybody is not going to play, I expect to see him start. We need to see what he can do.
Mhm. I think I agree with you. The manager needs to see what he can do, and if he plays a game or two, that will push Sanchez to do even better, and vice versa. But right now, you can argue Sanchez literally has no competition. No matter how anybody sees it, until Petrovic gets to play, start and finish a game, that's when he knows if he acts up between the stick, then we have a capable hand. You can say that could come in and do an equally good job, or maybe not, maybe an even better job, in my opinion. So let's say you, Jude, if you're there, let's say you select your back four, and we're not going to waste time. The moment we get done with the lineup prediction exercise, we'll call it a day. No need of stretching the show unnecessarily. But let's hear you your back four. If you're there, Jude.
Okay. Okay. I think I will go with Malo Gusto on the right hand side,
Mm-hmm.
and then because even if Rhys James is fit, I wouldn't want to exert all his energy on this game. If he has to come in, maybe at the tail end of the game.
But here's the thing, just to save you your energy, the manager said clearly he's going to start. So we might as well
If it's
just put him there.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, but
Maybe
go
for
ahead. Mm-hmm.
okay. Yeah, and then on the left hand side, I would want what's his name? The
Cuckoo.
man with the donkey, Cucurella. Yeah, I want Cucurella there. Because we need to win games for confidence. And then
Mm-hmm.
in the middle, I would want the Sassi and Cowell. Maybe Thiago can just take a rest for now.
Here's my what I think he would do. I think he will rest Cowell. I think we may well see the Sassi and Badiashile. And if again that would differ now, and because we differ, we'll wait. If more people get to
Oh,
join the show, then
okay. If
we'll
he
use
has
the
matches,
poll to decide. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead if you're there. Are you there, Jude?
no, I was saying that if Badiashile has match fitness to be good. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm speaking. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Can you hear
Go
me?
ahead. Yeah,
No, I was saying that if Badiashile have, as I was saying that if Badiashile is fit, that it would be good to see him as well.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think we will
if he's
see
fit,
him,
it would be
and the
good to see
reason
him.
being, yeah, he's been fit for a while. He's been fit for a while,
Okay,
and
okay,
I
okay.
think, yeah, and I think he will make a better partner. Again, the partnership of him and the Sassi, because both have played. They've led the back line. They played together at Monaco as the two center backs from Monaco,
Yes,
and I think for me, that's what I
yes.
think will happen. But I'm not quite sure. That's what I think the manager would do, but would differ now. So the most definitely, I think the Sassi start. The question now is who pairs the Sassi in the centre back position. So since we disagree in that, except if we agree, if we disagree, then we'll use the poll and ask those people in the chat. And as you're watching, people keep dropping the likes on the stream. People, the likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. So here we'll have, in my opinion, I think it will be Badia Shile. I
Yeah,
think the manager
I
will
agree.
start Badia Shile, and he's good, and he's been match fit for a while now, and he
Okay.
hasn't played. I think he will start. Because Silva most definitely, I don't think will start. The manager would want him to lead the back line against Tottenham. What's his name? Levi Cole, I think, would probably be rested. That's what I think. But let's hear what the people in the chat has to say. And Andy Nguyem said, Kuku, Levi Cole, this is C, Reece James. So the flanks, we can all agree for the fullbacks. Kokorea and James. Essentially, is where that's the you can say disagreement there. The Sassi starts, but the question is who pays and pairs the Sassi. I think would see him and Badia Schiller. Except if the manager isn't aware that both have played it together centrally for Monaco before. But let's see what happens. And big up to you, Andy. I hope you're doing well, NJC. Much love to you, my brother. I appreciate you joining. Big up Coachila, how I can't complain. Happy Halloween, by the way, and thank you for saying that. And quickly, I want to take this opportunity to say Happy Halloween to those of you who celebrate. My mom says she hated the costume I bought for one of my kids. Says it's evil, so I had to change it. I had to change it to Superman. Happy Halloween to those of you who celebrate that. I appreciate you all. Thank you for saying that, Jerry Z. I appreciate you saying that. In the beautiful game. Coach, why in such a hurry to knock off work early? Here's the thing. I'm going to say this. I have a water leak that there's damaged some stuff in my house, and I have people walking. Chances are they won't need me for some questions and all that. So I don't want to be stuck in the middle of a show while they need me to come answer some questions. I am always watching you, and I see how you've been moving lately, disappearing in big games, just like a certain player I would mention. Yeah, I guess this is a big game too. But that's, by the way, the blue to forgive. Much love to you too, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. And if you're watching, if you haven't, please do take a second to drop a like on the stream to help us garner more likes and in turn reach more people. And quickly, I want to say this for those of you who are watching, but for some reason or the other, you're not able to participate in the chat. Just know that we sincerely do appreciate you. You watching alone does go a long way. But if you can do us one more favor, one tiny bitty favor, which is to take a second and drop a like on the stream, which really, really appreciate that. The likes do go a long way. The beautiful game to saying hello. Coachila, why are you not wearing your Halloween costume? I don't do Halloween. And as you can see, I did not beat my kids. I bought them one, and my mom says it looks so evil. I had to change it to Superman. So yeah, but I don't do Halloween, in my opinion. I'm not into it. Yeah. Let's
But
see. Yeah, go ahead. Were you saying something, Jude?
no, I was just saying I'm not really a fan of it too.
No,
I
I'm
got
not.
my son Captain America costume.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I got for my boy too. I'll show you the picture. Because I'll take a few pictures for them. Yep. Just go away. Let's see. Bigger brother. Good morning, Olayemi. I can be appreciate you joining. Busy night for my ex-wife tonight. Okay. Sort it out. Happy wife, happy life. Let's see what else we have here. We'll come back to this. If you're in the chat, let us know. We think I and Jude Mesola, a lot of people Mesola, we both believe the Petrovic will be starting between the sticks and the back four. In my opinion, I think it will be Kukurea left back, Badia Sheila left centre back, Badia Sheila left centre back, right centre back. This is C, right back James. That's the back four for me. But let's hear you. If you disagree or if you agree, let's hear what you have to say. Captain America in just go away. I don't do that pagan thing. Yep. The history. I'm so confused. I will take my time to go again. Wouldn't even waste my time to try to learn the history. Nature Boy and God of Frogs is in the house. Appreciate you joining. realistic God of Rocks, if you ask me. Um, the sink a beer out. We see things that they will never see. I think I agree with you. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go along. Well, let's hear you. The back four. Do you agree, or do you think it be a different set of players for the back four? For me, the two sixes here. I'm gonna go with Enzo Fernandez. I think he starts this one. Then Leslie will be there. Leslie will be the one most likely charged to be disciplined to help protect the back line, and he's capable of doing that. He's effective at it, actually. And something I like about him is he reads the game very well. He's not the most, you could say, aggressive, but he can be aggressive if need be. What he does that I like is when he's not trying to win the ball back by you can say tackling opposition players. He's occupying what I call decisive spaces to make it difficult for the opposition to progress the ball or do some damage against us. Yep. For me, I say Ugochukwu there, in my opinion. The two sixes for me. With Enzo having the independence or the freedom to be wherever he deems fit on the pitch to make sure help us control the game. Let's see, and also he's actually scored a goal for us in the cup game, so maybe he scores another one tomorrow. Let's hear your Jude. What do you make of the two sixes that I've selected?
Yeah, I agree. Because Enzo didn't play the last game. If he had played the last game, I won't want to see him here. I want
Mm-hmm.
to have him rest. Enzo is one of our most utilized players. There are some games I feel he should be rested, but because he wasn't the last one, so he could use this as a build up towards the Tottenham game.
Tottenham game, yeah. Yeah, he needs to play this one. And what do you think? Leslie Gochik will start this one. Wouldn't make sense if
Yeah,
it doesn't start.
it's a perfect match.
Hmm. Because the truth remains, if Leslie isn't playing, if ever we need him to come in place of Moises Caicedo, if he's not playing, then he'd be match rusty. Then we're in trouble.
That's true.
So
That's true.
yeah, hmm, go ahead.
Yeah, that's true because he needs to play regularly too.
Hmm.
So it's a good pairing for the 2-6.
Yep. And honestly, if we're talking about a more traditional six, I'd go with them over Moises Caicedo. Moises Caicedo for me is more of an eight that he's a six, but he's capable of fulfilling the role. So I'll take that. Sync. Okay, I think I've read that when you're repeating it. For me, I wouldn't start James. I know James will start, but I don't think he's ready. Here's the thing. If he isn't ready, I think he's still. He showed. There's no way to tell whether he isn't ready. I think it's just Pochettino being careful, unlike our previous managers who the moment he recovers, they just bring him into the fold, whether he's fully fit or not. I think the managers he's played he's coming from the bench on two games, right? Or was it just the last game? Even if it was the last game, I think he's ready to start. And this is the perfect game for him to play and be ready to play against Tottenham because really I'd like him to play against Tottenham. But maybe the manager wants to play Gusto against Tottenham, but we'll find out. Palmer on right wing, Gallagher number 10, Levi left wing, Stalin, and Miss Jackson striker. Let me tell you this, God of Frogs. I'm not gonna read your comment again if you do that to me. Constantine Dante, big up to you, brother. I appreciate you finding the time to join. And if you're in the chat, let's hear you. I'm gonna give you some time to take a look at the players we've selected already. Between the sticks, Petrovic, back four, Kukurea, left back, Badia Shile, and the Sassi. Yep, two center backs. So James right back. 266 Enzo and Ogochukwu, with Enzo having the independence to be wherever he deems fit on the pitch to help us control the game, and Ogochukwu being the one charged to be disciplined and protect the defensive line. So let's hear your opinion there if you're in the chat. Yep, Constantine Dante, much love to you, my brother. I appreciate you. You don't know how much I appreciate all your support. Even when it's too early for you, you always find time to come say hello to the community. Believe me, the Blue Morning Show, which is more convenient for you, I've learned that over time, is not dead. We will bring it back. League Cup winner goes directly to Conference League in Europe. Wow. So maybe that's another route. Yeah. Maybe that's another route to European football. And big up to you, Tommy Bryan. Nice to see you. Our stadium, maybe Brentford Bridge. At least our manager isn't a bald man waffling thing like tactics after losing to Man City. Oh yeah, I think Ten Hag will lose his job soon. But yep. Let's see what else we have here. Would be nice to see Matson play left back, but I don't think that happens. If it happens, I'd be surprised. There's a chance it happens, but it doesn't look like the manager sees him as a left back. Honestly, probably I think he's vertically challenged. And let me just say it like Chelsea Michiboy there, in my opinion. But let's see. All good coach in my house. Where did Oh my, Michi, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. Yeah. Let's see. Anything else on Jesse? And we have Eugene in the house. Eugene, nice to see you. You think Coach Enzo plays? I think he plays. I think he will play. If Enzo isn't playing, and Ugochukwu starts alongside, again, as much as I think Ganaga has done well since the start of the season, we'll have a problem. We're not gonna be able to control the game, in my opinion. I think Enzo needs to start. Here's the thing: if the manager if he has his way, I'm sure. I think we're gonna start one of our very strong 11. I'm not gonna say strongest 11. That's because most definitely he will rest Thiago Silva. And without Thiago Silva playing, I'm not gonna say I wouldn't say we'll have a strongest 11 on the pitch. I think he will start a strong 11. And I think Enzo starts this game. But we'll find out that tomorrow. And Sosa, I think if that's what you've resigned to do until things turn around before you start supporting Chelsea, that's you, and you have every right to do that. Hours, okay, I thought as much, but didn't get that. Yep, hello to you too. Gallagher needs a break. I think he needs to rest too, in my opinion. Yep, he needs to rest. He runs quite a lot, and I think we'll need him against Tottenham to do a lot of running, a lot of pressing for us and ball winning. I know we'll have a problem, but I think a Poch will risk. Yeah, I think he will start. I think he will start. This game has become important, and somebody in the chat just mentioned if we win it, and then that's our route to Europa Conference League. Maybe that's the only way. That's the route. The route to get a Champions League football, European football, in my opinion. Let's see what else we have here. Good work there. Anything else? Anybody else here? Okay. Let's go. We've selected the 266, and we have 10. I'm gonna say Palmer. I think he plays. No need to rest him, in my opinion. I get it. This game is as equally again. It's as important as the Premier League, in my opinion. But let's hear you. If you think, do you think that would be the case? Do you think Palmer starts in the 10th position? Jude, let's hear you.
I would have loved him to rest, but since we don't really have an option, so yeah, he could start. But yeah, in the same position, yeah, he could start. But I also want to see Ian Martin start alongside with him up front because
Maybe
I
I
know
think
he's never gonna.
Maxim may well get a chance. But go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, I know he's not gonna get a chance at the left back. So I'm looking to see Martin also start up front. So we
Uh-huh.
don't have a choice. So I wish Chukwuemeka was fit. I wish he was match fit. Yeah, this would have been one of the games he would have used to gain more fitness. But he's far behind in his recovery right now. So it's Palmer is the next
Yeah.
option.
Yeah, I think Palmer starts. I will need him. We have nothing close to him right now in terms of creativity, except Enzo. But Enzo operates. He'll play in a deeper position. I don't want to see him in a
I
10
would
role
say
again.
Gallagher. I
Yeah,
would prefer not
Gallagher.
to
I
see
don't. I
Gallagher.
don't think Gallagher plays. Do you think
Yeah,
he plays?
I don't want to see that. He needs rest. He needs rest.
He needs rest, in my opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gallagher needs rest. I don't want to see him in this game. I only want to see him on the bench just in case, but I don't think he gets to a point where we need to bring on a Gallagher. Gallagher needs rest.
Yeah, he needs to rest. Yeah, yeah. Let's see what else we have here. Halloween, JC. Lucky. In Australia, we don't really celebrate it. Yeah, it's you can say it's mainly British. And in the US, I will listen. I will listen this on Vince discuss. I have to do something, so I'll be back. Okay, okay. Chat later, brother. Much love to you, and thank you for always finding the time to support the community. Eugene, just had a visit from two kids. Okay, I'm not doing trick or treat trick either. I got Chilla, or got Chimera. How you doing now? I hope you're doing well. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Just wonder if we can rotate with injuries. We don't actually have. Yeah, I don't think we can actually rotate that much. Yeah. Who's going to come in? If you say David Washington, I'll say I don't think the manager starts him. I think Jackson starts again, and that's because the mini goal drought. I think the manager was starting to see if he scores, and he looks like he's losing confidence. And the manager would give him an opportunity in this game to see if he scores. Big up to you too, Glenn 10. I appreciate you finding the time to join. Just a place and an empty bowl outside my door with a note. Help yourself. Yeah, I like that. Help yourself. I don't do a trick or treat. I have to be honest. I don't. Blackburn play 4-14-1. Okay. Let's see. Chimera and Glenn are just people saying hello to each other there. Yeah, Glenn 10, 10, 10, multiple times. Let's see. 4 kg of chocolate in the house. I don't actually think I think Starling starts this game, and that's because we lost the last game, and that's because this game has become even more important. I think Starling starts in the left wing position. In the next match, maybe the manager may well drop him to the bench. I don't know. Let's hear your argument there, Jude. And while I wait for Jude, I think Madrid starts this game. My opinion. Yeah, Modric starts. Let's hear you. If you're in the chat and you differ, let's hear what do you think. How do you think things would differ here? Yep, I think Starling will start this game. Yeah, I think Starling starts this game. I don't think Ian Martin start, unfortunately, but that's just my opinion. Let's hear you. If we differ, then we use a poll. I think Starling starts. And I'd rather him start this game and let the manager bench him against Tottenham, in my opinion. Yeah, because we need about 4 more games, 4 more awful performances from him. Let's say 4, actually up to 5 more awful performances from him before he shows up and plays well. Big up, Glenn. Big up to all of you there. And we have a formation of 4-1-4-1. So quite attacking. They won't change. Yep. Hopefully they're quite attacking, like you said, and don't defend deep. I think that will go a long way for us. And big up Coachila, trick or treat, happy Halloween to you too, DJ. So much love to you, DJ. I appreciate you finding the time to join. And if you're watching Andy Nguyen, because you're not a moderator yet, you don't type such thing. The machine will see it as you're spamming the chat. So just keep it simplified until you become a moderator. Let's see. I am so happy that we aren't playing today. I cannot imagine players turning up on a horror show. Yeah, and then it will be a perfect rhyme because it's in terms of context, it will be a perfect rhyme because it's Halloween. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. I still think Jackson starts here, and if you're watching, if you think otherwise, you let us know. Yep, I think Jackson starts in the number 9 position. Unfortunately, as much as I wouldn't want Starling to start here, I think the manager will start him in this game because this game has become even more important once more. Why? Because we lost against Brentford at home. So if you're in the chat, you see the lineup overall here. Petrovic between the sticks, 2 centre backs, Badia Chile and the Sissi, and James right back, Cucurella left back, Enzo Fernandez, a hybrid of 8 and 6 between him and Ugochukwu. He has the 2 6s. Palmer 10. Nobody takes away that from him right now. Madueke right wing, left wing, Starling, and number 9, Nicholas Jackson. So let's hear you. Do you differ in any way? Here, let's hear you. Luis Diaz of family news. I think they've released his mom. They still had his dad. Have they released him? I'm not sure. I don't have any news on that. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes will go a long way. 20 likes. We should be doing better than that. So we just go through. If you don't have anything to say, I think we're just gonna go through training photos, and once we're done, I think we're done reviewing the game actually. But quickly, I wanted to look at Blackburn's their recent form. It doesn't differ much from us. They've lost 2 games, we've lost one, so we're better off because we've lost just one, and they've lost 2 games, and they've lost 2 games. So pretty much form pretty much balanced in my opinion. Let's see anything else we have to talk about here. And it says, Coach, I think Martin starts somewhere. Don't ask me where, because I don't think Poch knows yet. If you think he starts, where exactly do you think he starts? If he's going to start, I think probably most likely the left wing position. Then Starling drops to the bench. But we use a poll to decide that in a bit. Martin to start somewhere. Yeah, somewhere. Where is where? Maybe instead of Palmer. I don't think we can do without Palmer right now and do well against Blackburn. Honestly, if we make a mistake of not, fielding a very strong 11, we'll lose this game. Or by the time we start bringing in our best players, it'd be too late for us to be able to get anything, you can say, to even do well. So I think it'd be a huge risk. It'd be a serious risk not to start a very strong 11 against Blackburn, because if they score first, we're in serious trouble. So I don't want us to risk that. Or Enzo, I think Enzo starts. I think if what's his name, Martin will start, he will be in the left wing position. Palmer is a star player. He won't start in this game. I think he starts because this game is as important as the Premier League right now. And correct me if I'm wrong. Somebody in the chat said if we win the EFL Cup, then it can help us. Then we'll achieve a European place, Europa Conference League competition. We get to participate in that, and it's money too. It will be a huge. Again, it will help the club earn a lot of money from that competition, from a European competition. So I think Palmer starts. If Palmer, let me say this: if Palmer doesn't start and Enzo doesn't start, we're losing this game. We're losing. I think Palmer starts this game, in my opinion. If he doesn't start, who plays in the 10 role? Then we're talking about, even when Palmer is playing, we're still like a creativity to a considerable extent in terms of chance creation and all that. So in his absence, he will only get worse. Except if you're saying that we'll see Gallagher start as one of the 2 sexes, Ugochukwu being the one charged to be disciplined and protect the back line, while Gallagher plays the hybrid of 8 and 6. I don't know. I think the manager has also said that we're going to start our strongest 11. So which means if you're fully fit to start, you get to start. It's, with the exception of Thiago Silva, in my opinion. But we'll see. I don't think Starling starts either. Martin starts, or he will start a riot. No cap. I think Martin will start, but where? That's where the question lies. Just see. Okay, I wanted to get take it in, but the weather not great. Oh, sorry to hear that. Martin starts anywhere other than the goalkeeper, the goalkeeping, or other than between the sticks or in the left back position. This is the game for Martin. It's not about his thing. Pay attention to what the manager said. He said that this game he's going to start the strongest 11, and if he's being truthful, I don't think he starts Marston. I don't think he starts Matson. But even if Matson starts, I don't think he comes anywhere close to the left back position. He hasn't done that before, and I don't think that happens tomorrow. And that because he said that James will most likely start. Will definitely start. So if James starts in the right back, left back will be Marco Correa. In my opinion, but we'll find out tomorrow. Drop Starling. I think I'll go for Matson here, and that's where the manager has played him before. Yeah, I'd go with that, in my opinion. Let's see. David Washington will be the striker. I don't think so, and let me explain why I think that will be why that will not be the case. That's because Jackson is going through what you could call a mini goal drought, and beyond that, he's looking like he's losing confidence. And I think the manager will start him just for the sake of him just for the sake of seeing if he gets to score in that game, to help, you can say, build his confidence back. Because he looked like as if he hasn't played for 6 months against Brentford. He looked so out of place. It looked so confused. I couldn't believe it was the same Jackson, that the only thing he hadn't done since he joined us, it was just be clinical. But he didn't even make good runs, and didn't even do as well as he done in the past. Let alone the argument being that he hasn't been clinical. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back to you guys. All right, people. Sorry about that. The breaking transmission. I told you guys I have some people, restoration company, doing some work for me in the house, so they will always come to find out something for me. Yeah, if we cannot beat Blackburn, we don't belong in the championship. Yeah, so that's why we have to start as strong as 11, or at least start a very strong 11. Let me just stop at that, because some players will be rested. David Washington, do I think he starts? David Washington, I'd say no, for reason I've explained. And okay, let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Georgi Petrovic must start. I think it's important that he starts. I think we've moved beyond that time when the argument was that Sanchez was being played. That's because he hasn't played for a while, and because he's seen as the number one, he has to play. The manager has to again allow him play as many games as possible, so he regains his form. And the fact that he didn't have a preseason with us, I think we've moved on. We've moved beyond that. What we need now is competition for him, which means Petrovic has to play, has to start and finish this game, and probably that will most likely get Sanchez to get his act together and look in the mirror, and you can say learn things and do some self-reflection, and you can say and find out areas where he needs to improve, because right now literally no competition, and subconsciously to any human being that's a problem. They would take that position for granted and not do well. So he needs to know that we have a capable goalkeeper that's capable of coming on in his absence, do a good enough job, or maybe an even better job. Washington overstunt, man. I don't think Washington gets to start, in my opinion. I hope Poch ordered his lemons. Yeah. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Let's see what else we have here. And coach succumbed to the pressure. Not about the pressure. Here's the thing. I'm not into forcing my opinion on people. Here's how I like to have conversations. I let you speak, I speak, and I consider whatever you say. I'm always open-minded, and that's how I learn. And if you're not open-minded, you're not going to learn. If you feel like you're always correct, then you make a lot of mistakes. But if you're open-minded, you make less mistakes. So yeah, chances are Matson start, and Matson, will start over Raheem Sterling. I agree. Even if Raheem Sterling happens to play, Matson will most definitely start. So I listened to you guys in the chat, and your arguments all make sense. Make sense to me. So I think Matson start. Raheem Sterling may well still start, but we're not in that left hand side. In my opinion, I think Matson gets to start in that left hand position. Let's see. Coach,
But coach,
do you? Yeah, yeah. Let's hear you. Are you there? It looks like you're. I think my connection. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's break it.
Okay, Jude, I'm going to go on. It looks like you're having maybe there's a delay between our conversation. This says, do you think Palmer starts on the bench? I think Palmer starts the game. Pay attention. Here's my logic here. Palmer right now is the most intelligent player we have at Chelsea, and you could argue the most creative in terms of chance creation, in terms of his vision. I think he starts. If he doesn't start, we have a problem. We have a problem. We may well keep you can say 99.9% of the possession, but not be able to create anything tangible. So Palmer needs to start. Even if Enzo starts, Palmer still needs to start. We need to beat these guys and beat them, should I say, convincingly. You say we need that confidence going into that, going into into the Tottenham game, in my opinion. So I don't think it makes sense to drop him on the bench. And I'm going to reiterate this. I've talked about this before, and somebody, thanks to that person that mentioned it in the chat, if we win the EFL Cup, it will help us achieve a European place in the UEFA Conference League competition, and that's huge. Financially and otherwise, that's huge. So it wouldn't make sense for Palmer not to start this game. Who comes in his place and be as creative as he can be, and probably carries goal threat. I get it. He hasn't scored from open play for Chelsea, but he's come close on several occasions. It shows you how he's not into power, more of placement. And I think he needs to start this game. If he doesn't start and we lose, then the manager will be in serious trouble. James Skipper, yep, I think he starts. Yeah, or if he's available, no one else should captain the team. Yes, the captain starts tomorrow. Definitely, the manager did say that. Go ahead, Jude. If you're saying something.
Oh, I wanted to ask if if Sterling is resting and Martin is playing, is it possible to still have Modric on the pitch at the same time? Because Modric also needs game time. He needs to get to his best.
Yeah, it looks like you miss the presser. I don't think Modric gets to play in this game.
Okay.
Yeah,
then secondly, uh, about the striker, I agree with you that Jackson needs to play. Though it doesn't mean we stick him there if he's not on point up to some certain. If he's not showing progress up to at the end of the first half, I will advise they take him out. I'm not sure if Broja is fit. I'm not sure of his match fitness. But at least I believe in giving a player a chance. But if you are there and you are not showing any progress for after a certain time, you have to be brought out. That's much my opinion, because a player shouldn't just feel, oh, I have the whole 90 minutes to just sit around there and lazy around. And we need to see progress. We need to see a deadly striker. And in the case of you mentioned somebody just now, not Sterling.
David Washington or who?
Washington. Yeah, I think if Armando Broja has match fitness, I would prefer we feature him instead of Washington, because we need to get these senior players have fitness as well, so that in case we need them to stand up for each other,
Yeah, I think I think Jackson starts. That's because he's having a mini goal drought, and the showing signs of a low confidence. I think the manager will play him. Just quick updates here. The following injury updates has been provided ahead of Chelsea's Carabao Cup fixture against Blackburn Rovers. Armando Broja continuing to receive a treatment for irritation on his knee. Ben Chilwell continuing rehabilitation out of the country this week. Yeah, I was seen in LA partying, according to rumors. Trevor Chalobah continuing to undergo his rehabilitation. Carney Chukwuemeka continuing to undergo his rehabilitation program. Wesley Fofana, yeah, we know that one. Romeo Lavia, we know that one. But here's the one. The reason why I had to read this, I decided to read this. Mihailo Modric undergoing his rehabilitation program, so it's not going to be available for this particular game. We'll know the case of Christopher Nkunku. So I had to read that because of Modric. Modric isn't available for this game. Let's see what else we have here. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. And Eugene's lineup is Sanchez between the sticks. I don't see. I'd be shocked if Sanchez starts tomorrow, in my opinion. Sanchez, Colwell, left back. You think Badia, Sheila, Desasi, James? Wow, you don't think Kukurea starts? Casado, Gallagher, Palmer, Matson, Jackson, and Madueke. So with Defa, in terms of the 2 6s you have, I don't think Casado starts this game. I think he's played quite a lot. Plus, he's I think how many yellow cards in total right now? It's getting close. And EFL Cup, I think it carries over to the Premier League. Correct me if I'm wrong. Hello, I come from Thailand, and Jakakman, nice to see you. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I appreciate you joining, Thai bro. Hope you're enjoying the show. Be sure to subscribe and also tell more people about a Chelsea Perspective YouTube channel where your opinion matters. Here we have this one here saying Palmer will be rested for the sports game. I hated playing Blackburn because they were always brutal. VAR was invented because of Blackburn. Here's the thing. I'm going to say this. I think Palmer plays tomorrow. I don't see a situation where Palmer will not play tomorrow, honestly. But we'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow. And only Silva, Casado, and Reese should be rested. I think Silva will be rested. I think Casado will be rested. I'm suspicious. Even what's his name? Colwell will be rested. But we'll find out. Should be rested either out of form or two mid to play against Blackburn. Let's see. Do we really want it to be in the conference league? It could be an alternative. Could be an alternative where I'm not sure. You can say for me a good alternative, but here's the thing. Let me say the club will consider the financial aspect of the thing because they will make some money from it. I've said it before. I'd rather us not play in any other European competition if it isn't Champions League because it's more of a distraction. You end up playing more games in the European competition that you don't get that much money. You say that's not that prestigious, and it will distract you, stress you and your team, and you end up not making the Champions League, if you get my point. But I'm saying from the club's perspective, they may well not mind that, but we don't know. Hopefully, we don't get to play there. I have a feeling that Eugene is spot on with his prediction. That may well be the case. Yeah, in terms of Levi Kowa playing in the left back position, but the manager has to stop that as soon as possible, in my opinion. Poch said this game is too early for Mudryk and Nkunku. Mudryk will be available for the sports game. Definitely, Nkunku will not be. Why shouldn't Washington start over? Hesitant. I've explained that again, but you're pushing me to try to explain it again. My logic is this: Jackson is going through a mini goal drought, and Jackson is the starting. Right now, Jackson is the starting number 9. Say what you like. David Washington will get his chance, but right now, I think the manager's priority will be to get Jackson to start firing again, which means he starts him in this game. To see whether he gets a goal or to build his confidence, in my opinion. That's the logic behind it. That's not me saying he's better than David Washington, but the truth remains David Washington is the unknown. We don't know him that well to argue whether he's better than Jackson or vice versa. Thailand is at night. What time is it in my country right now? It's 11 a.m. for me. Just 3 minutes off noon. For some, it's already 3 minutes off 2 p.m. Yep. So it differs for everybody. But nice to see you. Good night, brother. I'll see you next time when you come around. Jaka fan. I think that should be pronounced Jaka fan. Yep. See you next time when you join us. Always nice to see you. Okay. Jerry Z writes something that the brother there understands. I'll take my time to go through, take a screenshot of it and translate it. What sort of training causes injury? I don't know. I'm not an expert with in that regard. Whatsoever is happening in training needs a revision. Maybe it needs to be reviewed to find out what's going on. Palmer needs to be on for pens, not even for pens, for creativity, because in its absence, if it's just I know Martin can be creative, but not as creative, in my opinion, as Palmer can be. We need him. We just need to win this game for confidence alone. Coach, just to remind you, by the time Spurs play us, they would have had a 10 days rest. If Palmer starts and gets an injury, who are we going to blame? Wow. Wow, that's some argument right there. So maybe he will not start. We will find out. And that's where I have a problem with Mauricio Pochettino saying that he wants just a 25-man squad. That's a huge problem, really. That's a huge issue, in my opinion. But let's find out what the manager does tomorrow. Yeah, that has to be the delicious comment on the day, and it moves me. And it's led to me rethinking on my argument as to why Palmer should start. Honestly, but I don't want whatever happens. I don't want us to lose this game because our confidence would take heat, in my opinion. But let's move on to the next one. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. And Jerry's is in the house and also on the panel. Coachila, if more game time restart goal drought, Starling will be unstoppable. I think they differ. Starling, I think there's a pattern to his uh, to to the way he delivers for Chelsea Football Club, and thank God for Constantine Dante, who is being spot on with regards to Starling. It takes him. He performs every 7 games, every other 7 games, and unfortunately, that has. You can say I've taken my time to observe his performances, and that seems to be the case. Unfortunately, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. Just 23 likes. We should be doing better than that. We will be rounding up soon. Once I have Jerry speak, we'll go through training photos on all that and call it a day. No need to stay here and be wasting our time because there isn't much to talk about really. But let's hear you, Jerry Z. I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. I hope you're doing well. What do you make of the lineup we selected so far? Do you disagree with any of the selections we've made?
Good afternoon, coach.
Yeah, big up to you.
No, it looks like a good lineup, especially for the cup game. It's always hard to predict.
Mhm.
And given where we are and how many changes Pochettino is making, of course, this is one thing I'm concerned with. And I have also, like, after the Brentford game, followed some legitimate podcast and found the same concern that I have, that some of the good journalists and pundits shared, that he is changing a lot of dynamics. Okay, we have injuries, so let's see he can stabilize, because it will not help. Anyhow, this lineup is good. I mean, it's a very decent lineup. In my opinion, of course, there can be 1 or 2 changes. For example, maybe Covil starts in place of Disasi. Maybe, this is a possibility. Or not because I like Gallagher, but because he's using Gallagher so much. Maybe Gallagher could fit in if he goes with a 4-3-3 system, So these 1 or 2 changes could happen. But in any event, whatever the starting lineup, in my opinion, he will rotate. He will make some changes in the halftime or early in the second half, in my opinion.
How about if I say quickly? You talked about Disasi starting, Cowell starting over Disasi, and do you think that's what the manager would do, or that's what you'd do if you were the manager?
I think both.
Okay, let me say, how about if the manager has plans to start Disasi against Tottenham and needs him to play in this game to regain match fitness? I think that's my argument. But you go ahead with what you were saying, if you get it. Go ahead.
Right. No, it's a fine line, right? And in any event, if Disasi starts or Covil, they will swap the positions in the second half. Vice versa, in my opinion. And same for Enzo in the midfield, Gallagher, Caicedo, if he's available. I didn't check it. So, and probably Washington starting or either coming on in place of Jackson, because Pochettino needs to keep it fresh. Yes, we have enough rest. We still have 5 days to recover, but Tottenham will have more rest because they don't have the cup game. So again, it will depend. If we take the lead, if we are in a good shape, if we are winning, we are comfortable with a 1 or possibly a 2-0 win, then Pochettino will have the luxury to make early substitutes. So and I hope Petrovic starts tomorrow, because he needs to start. He deserves to start, and we really need to see him how he performs, right? So all in all, it looks like a fine lineup. I don't see many changes in this one.
We'll find out tomorrow. We don't have, you could say, a constant in terms of that can help us predict correctly the manager's starting 11, especially because this one is a cup game. And there are some facts that come to mind. The fact that we lost against Brentford at home, that could be a factor that could lead the manager to play nearly the same 11 that played against Brentford, just for the sake of helping them regain their confidence. Because that's not, you can say that's a confidence shattering a loss, and that was because it was against a team that everybody thought would mop the floor with. And on paper, we had no business losing that game. But thank you for that, Jerry Z. I appreciate you joining. Coach, if we lose tomorrow, all hell will break loose. Halloween theme. I think I agree with that. Blackburn don't do low blocks. So, yeah, maybe that would be an advantage to us. But How about the fact they take their time to research games we've lost so far this season? All the teams we've lost to all have played defended deep. And say we just want to win. If the manager, if I were the Blackburn manager, I'd come with the same approach. All I need is a win, in my opinion. But let's see. Really, someone said Blackburn usually plays a 3-5-2. I think let's look at Fort Mob. Let's look at their previous games. Blackburn's previous games. I think that will give us a good idea with regards to how they play. So yeah, I wouldn't even start James if Gusto is available. James needs to realize his spot isn't guaranteed. His game time should be minimized, and he should earn his place. I think let's see what happens. Oh, look at me going to the game where even Maluda played on the day. So I have to click on Blackburn here. So yeah, their last game. Let's go from here. This one they lost us. They lost to Swansea. Let's see. Just give me a second here. The structure they played with 4-1-4-1. Wow. Okay. Let's see the other game they played. 4-1-4-1 against Swansea. And the other game, let's see what the structure they used on the day. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes still go a long way. I appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Please, if you haven't, do subscribe to the channel. And I know we haven't done the giveaway for the month. We do the same thing with the last 2 months, where we did the one for 2 months in a single month. We can do that. So I was looking at Blackburn. Did I click on it twice? Just give me a second here. So let me go to Blackburn again. And I will go to the game against, what team is that? I don't know that badge. Okay, Millwall. They beat them 2-1, 4-1-4-1, consistent. So one more. Let's go back again and go to the other game too. Let's give me a second here. So let's, against, I remember, against Cardiff. They played 4-1-4-1. Wow. So they're making it easy for Pochettino, really. So it looks like they played consistently with that structure. And who was that said it in the chat? I think it was Constantine Dante. 4-1-4-1 still. So one more game there. Let's just take the whole games there and be consistent. Okay, that one there, they lost to, what team was that? Coventry City. They played with 4-1-4-1. So yeah, 4-1-4-1 is their go-to structure, very attacking. So let's see what the manager does tomorrow, whether that will lead to him changing the structure. And if you're in the chat, let's hear you. What structure do you think will be the most effective against the 4-1-4-1 structure? Jersey, do you have any idea? 4-1-4-1 structure. Wow. Yeah, I think we may well. I think I'm not too sure right now. So, see if you're there. What structure do you think will be more effective against a 4-1-4-1 structure?
4-1-4-1 is not like a structure that is commonly used, right? So the teams that have played against 4-1-4-1, in my observation and what I have seen usually is like if it depends. If a team like Chelsea or a bigger team is playing, then they will usually go with a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. 4-1-4-1 structure is not an attacking structure by default. It can be used based on the tactics. It gives the dynamics. With the 4-1-4-1, you can always use, you have a holding midfielder in place. So it depends if the holding midfielder and the front midfield are they more involved in the attack or defense. So it's made in the way that can easily be used for more offense or defense. So in this case with us, they in the 4-1-4-1, if they use, I don't know if they will use the same or not, then the midfield will be more involved in the defense. So it's very dynamic. So it won't matter like we can use 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 because the way we are playing is always hybrid. Again, of course, because honestly, I haven't followed Blackburn, haven't checked their games, so it's difficult to say what they'll do tomorrow. Maybe they can go with the 3-5-2 or something like that. So let's see.
Yeah, and quickly here, this says, do we really need two DMs? I'm going to say this. I am not a fan of playing with two DMs. And here's why I say that. One will suffice. A sitting DM will suffice. Then the other again, then you have the opportunity to deploy one player further forward and in the attacking area. But here's the thing: the approach these days, even when you see 2 6s, it's just structure-wise, you see 2 6s. But in the application, only one. For instance, in this case, if I were the manager, and most managers do that, for instance, one of them will be the one to protect the defensive line, be the sitting DM, and this guy here will have the independence to be wherever he deems fit on the pitch, and always available to take the ball from this guy. So if you pay attention to the application these days, even when a team is playing with 2-6-6, one of them is usually a hybrid of 8 and 6. And I think that has been the case for us, because Enzo isn't traditionally 6. When we play Enzo alongside Ugochukwu sits, be the one to protect the defensive line, and why Enzo has an independence. Even when Enzo play alongside Casado stays disciplined while Enzo roams about on the pitch. So the application, it doesn't matter. But I would say, you don't need to play 2 DMs, and I don't think we've ever played 2 DMs. If we're paying attention, we usually have one traditional DM, the other one being just a hybrid of 8 and 6, in my opinion. We should not need 2 DMs. I agree with you. Let's see what else we have here. And Jacka fan says Robert Sanchez is the goalkeeper. Axel Disasi is one of the center backs. I don't think Thiago Silva starts, but he thinks Thiago Silva will start. Reece James right back, Marco Correa left back, Enzo Fernandez and Moses Casado, the 2 6s. Cole Palmer 10, Mihailo Mudryk. Mudryk will not play. Mudryk isn't fully fit. I don't know how to say it in the language you understand, and Tyson you understand. Mudryk isn't fully fit. Nicholas Jackson, he starts for reason I explained. Raheem Sterling, I don't think he starts. I think he makes sense now. The argument from those in the chat makes sense. I don't think he starts. Did you notice last game we had 3 center backs when we were going forward with Cucurella playing in the infamous Chile role on left wing? Coach and JC, I noticed something similar in terms of the application, and I don't want us to play with 3 center backs. It hasn't helped. It just doesn't make sense. I get it. As much as I'm one of those to say, I like what's his name? That I like. I am a big admirer of Levi Colwell's passing range, his vision again in terms of his ability on the ball. But he's no left back, and I get it. No matter the application or how the manager tries to explain that away, I think him playing in the left back position has been detrimental to us, and I don't want to see that again. Let's see what else we have.
To address Michi Boy, because he mentioned. So I appreciate him, his how he observed the game, and yes, I agree and I concur. As I was watching the game in the first half, maybe around 30-35 minutes, I was noticing exactly what you mentioned, that he was playing as a left wing, more involved with the attacks on the left side. I do agree. So nice observation, mate.
Yep, don't call him Mitch, so you're not sounding like you're calling him Mitch McCollum. Of course, I'm kidding. We should break the bank for Martin Zubimendi. Is Zubimendi still available? He plays in Spain. What club exactly again? Is he still available? I like him. Kaisi was panicked, but I think Casado is coming good. I think he will do well. I'm not going to regret that. He will become even better for us. Let's see what else we have here. Casado, I know you meant him. You're gonna. I think I should start calling him Kaisi because I like that. Here's why I agree with you. We have spent a little more than 1 billion. If we bought 10 players worth 100 million each, CFC will be a team of superstars and not necessarily owed to. Wow. Some argument. And my bro from the Madiba land is in the house today. Much love to you, brother. Hit the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And if you're watching, please go check out Taboho's YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe. Lots of good videos there that you have to watch. 2 collaborations right now. Correct me if there's more. With Jerry Z, and I think you'll like them both. James will be bombing forward. So back 3 will be Badiashile, Colwell, and Dissect. You think he goes with the back 3 structure? I think we need consistency. And like Jerry Z has explained, part of the reasons why we're struggling may well be lack of consistency in terms of structure and application, in my opinion. And how did that work out of a patch? Cuckoo and Chilwell forward. It hasn't. I don't think it does. It makes any sort of sense. Cucurella, he's been excellent defensively, and I think he should play with a back 4 where Cucurella defense and James can also go forward to help, but we need to play with wingers. Not one single elite striker in that team. You can argue that, and I agree with you, but they can get better in that team sheet. Looks like we will This says looks like we will spend another 100 million in January or summer. I think we'll spend quite a lot in January again. How much I do not know. Do you think if CFC really wants to see him, they will break the bank and pay 150 million? So it seems like a board doesn't want that player. If they really want him, Eugene, you and I know they will do that. And if you've been paying attention to me, I've moved from saying that I don't see Chelsea spending that much money to now realizing that the current Chelsea owners they don't shy away from paying for a player they really want. I get it; it hasn't really worked after how much was spent or since they became our new owners. But I think very soon, I think will be Chelsea will be fearsome. It will take time. It will take lots of pain. The season will be a really, really long one. I like the progress I'm seeing, but I get your point. If they really want him, they will pay for him. But do I think they will pay up to 150 million? If they're competing with other clubs and they see that those clubs are willing to pay something close to that, north of 100 million to get them, they may well pay that to get them. If they pay 100 million for Casado, they will pay 150 for him. I agree with you. So great minds think alike, and I think we think alike. Yeah, coach, every game since preseason has been 4-2-3-1. No, we've played for 4-3-3. You can say just use the term hybrid. Let's go with the term hybrid. Has been hybrid. Has been a 4-2-3-1 with left back or right back bombing forward. Sometimes DMs fills in for bombers and both side in both sides here, which makes sense. Usually don't bob. Don't bob. A lot of that B was there. I hope YouTube don't flag this. As overspending on mid players shouldn't be a flex. Yeah, I get where you're coming from, but I think we'll be all right, in my opinion. I'm not going to complain too much. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, but the likes do go a long way. I'll be rounding off. We need to round off as soon as possible because I need to go order something for the family. We can't use the kitchen today. That's where we have an issue mainly. Let's see. We've gone through this. Some other items I want us to look at here. Let me see anything. Yep. Let's hear you. If you have any other argument with regards to the lineup we selected so far, shoot for it. Be interesting to hear what you have to say. That differs for what we have there already. Let's see. What else do we have here? Yep, 27 likes. We should be doing better than that, people. And we should be rounding off soon. No need to be dwelling on this things. We don't have too much lined up. And I have to go order food for my family. That's because, we can't use the kitchen because of the restoration work going on. Some water damage. Let's see what else we have here. Anything here? AD, if you're listening, thank you so much for all the updates you've been sharing with me. I don't know what I'd be able to do without your help, brother. I appreciate all the help. So I'm going to go to, here. So we get to look at training photos. And while I do that, I'd wait. If I see anything from you that is worth addressing, I will do that. And JC making some sports connection for the community. Well, I've forgotten the guy's name. I will reach out to him to see if we can have him on the panel here. We'll share it. Maybe I'll go to his for the preview, and he comes to us for the review. That will go along with for the community. So let's see some news. We're just gonna stroll through his Twitter feed. Always good information there. This is him quoting Fabrizio Romano a minute ago. Chelsea are keeping an eye on Ivan Toney. Napoli do not want to sell Victor Osimhen in January, not even for a crazy bid. Wow. I think they will sell him if a crazy bid comes in. But keeping an eye on Ivan Toney, I think we can do better than Ivan Toney. I want Santiago Jimenez. What a player he is. For me, of all the strikers that we've been linked with, he's the most complete player. Keep an eye on Victor Osimhen. Tells us the coolest Chelsea, my bro, Tabe. Much love to you and always nice to see you. And we have a Blackburn could pull the unthinkable here if we take them, if we don't respect them well enough. We should respect them, but don't respect them too much. Go into the game with the mindset that it's a game we're supposed to win and we can win it. And here we have, I don't want to read into it. It will drag us into politics right now. And here's a training photo of Yep. We have Colwell, Gallagher, and who's this guy here? Who's this guy? Is that the right back from the academy? Nicholas Jackson, Enzo Fernandez, and that's Axel de Sassi, and that's Mark Cucurella and Cole Palmer. And of course, Maluk is still there. And we have this one here, Thiago Silva in training. And what else do we have here? Anything else to address? Yep, Levi Colwell in training. We have David Washington in training. Unfortunately, I don't think he gets a chance to play. Yeah, Pochettino watching on. And here's a guy I want to see play tomorrow, and that's Georgi Petrovic. Somebody has told us in the chat that he's actually good with his feet. As for me, the biggest question I've always asked the community is how good is he with his feet, and haven't gotten too many, you could say, definite answer. But one participant in particular, I can't quite recall his name, has always said that he's good with his feet, but I know he's an excellent shot stopper. And honestly, deep down, I believe he may well be the answer to our goalkeeping concerns. What's his name also? Other than the, you could say, comical errors from Sanchez, I think he's picked up form and has been doing well, but he needs to be challenged by Petrovic. Oh, coach, you like my boy Santiago Jimenez? Respect my talent ID. I think I have to say this. You're very good. You could say you're good talent spotter. You spot good talents. You scout them, and I trust your judgment in players. And I'm serious when I say of all the players who are being linked with, Santiago Jimenez is the most rounded player all of them, honestly. And probably, if you ask me which of them would Mauricio Pochettino most likely take, I'd say him. But here's where I have a question. Does it differ that much from Nkunku? Does it differ that much from Broya? Does it differ that much from Nicholas Jackson? So if we really want to mix it up, it is Victor Osimhen. Even though or Ivan Toney, even though I have questions with regards to Victor Osimhen's injury record and all that, and the fact that he's going to be leaving for AFCON every time AFCON comes along. And right now, we don't have the luxury to lose players. Right now, the sort of squad we have, we lose a single player, we're in trouble. Yeah, I respect the talent ID. Ayawahi is a summer. If we make some good position here's the thing, on the table, so he would want to join us. But the question I want to ask you is this: he's moved, hasn't he? He has a switched club, and he didn't want to come to us. That was because he didn't want a situation where we'll sign him and end up loaning him out to Strasbourg. He wants to come, he wants to sign for us and join Chelsea immediately. And that wasn't our intent at the time. So I think that was why he refused to join us, in my opinion. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. 28 likes. We should be doing better than that. I know the views have slowed down a bit. It will still pick up at one time. We just need to show some consistency to the algorithm. And the Blue Morning Show will still come back. And the evening show will remain. We have too many shows planned. Hopefully we do that. Kante's son, Ngolo is back. Yeah, let's hear this. Petrovic can pull off a world-class performance tomorrow, and the garbage back Robert Sanchez on the bench. Justin, I'm not too sure what to make of that argument. There's actually a chance that Sanchez still starts tomorrow. Why do I say there's a chance Sanchez still starts tomorrow? That was because the last time, on two occasions, even the first Cup game that we played with Sanchez and the second one we played with Sanchez, correct me if I'm wrong, we were thinking that maybe, the manager will give Petrovic a chance and in turn create the much-needed competition for Sanchez so he doesn't subconsciously take his position for granted and not be performing at his best. But we'll find out what the manager does. Let's see what else we have here. I keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. If you have any question, drop it in the chat. I'll try the best I can to answer it. Answer the Sassi in training, so he starts tomorrow, in my opinion, because the manager would want him to be match ready before we play. To regain full match fitness before we play Tottenham. Marco Correa, a player I'd like to see tomorrow. I'd like to see this guy tomorrow. Hopefully, he's back for good and not just play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games and gets injured. I think this guy starts tomorrow. I think Cole Palmer starts tomorrow, but I understand the beautiful games argument, there's a chance he doesn't. Enzo Fernandez starts tomorrow. The manager gave him, you can say, maternity leave and told us he's ill or some nonsense that I don't believe, in my opinion. But let's see what happens.
I think
yeah, go ahead.
He used the Argentine tax to protect him, right? I was also
Yeah.
skeptical about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I still believe I'm one of those that still believe that had he played on the day, I think the outcome would have been different. Yeah, do I still think he comes to Chelsea? I'd say no. Let's see. Maybe it's the time to still Machis from Bayern. You're talking about delete? Yeah, Sesko from Red Bull, Benjamin Sesko. The typical Mauricio Pochettino number 9. But let's see. We need to see Jack's JNO faces on the panel. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about that. So this is just a news item 3 hours ago, and there's nothing new here. There's nothing new here. This is something we've read. We've talked about that 1,000 times, actually, saying Chelsea want another striker in 2024, but no decision have been made about whether it will be in January or summer. We've said, I think this is common sense, really. The last time we talked about this, we did argue that whether Chelsea goes for Chelsea goes for a striker in January depends on how well Jackson, Nicholas Jackson, Amanda Broya, David Washington, who's currently part of the squad, and also what's his name, Christopher Nkunku. It depends on how well they do. By the time we get to January, that will you can say a huge influence on whether the club goes for a striker or not. Chelsea all the way. Rabah Taha, nice to see you, Rabah Taha. I'm quite sure this is the first time I'm seeing you here. If that's the case, we appreciate you. Welcome to the community. Feel at home. All we ask you is just, to keep it civil, but express yourself. Your voice matters here. And my bro, Adebayo Makunju, nice to see you, brother. That's the person I like to see his comment all the time. I like to challenge his opinions. He says, why must Jackson start tomorrow? Give David Washington his opportunity to play. Besides, Jackson also has a history of injury too. Here's the thing. I get your argument. But if you were listening, if you've been following the show from the start, we talked about the reason we think Jackson will start. He has a mini goal drought, just recovering from a surgery or given the surgery for his wrist. And the manager would want him to be fully fit and match fit before the game against Tottenham. Do I think the manager will, for any reason, start David Washington over Jackson against Tottenham? No. So which means Jackson starts this game. Let's hear what you think about this argument, Jerry Z.
Yeah, I mean, in normal circumstances, the comment of our user or the fan in the channel is very legitimate. But again, like, it's not normal circumstances, in my opinion. And as you explained with the Tottenham game, right? Again, look where we are in the table. So all the games in the league and cup has also become more important than before. Not only it's important for Pochettino, also for the players. So yeah, if it was like we had, let's say, 18 to 20 points in the table and things were more streamlined, then definitely it's a possibility in the fourth round Carabao Cup game to start someone like Washington. But again, as we said, that Nicholas Jackson, as you said beautifully, that he has a great word, mini goal draft. And also he returned from an injury and he's still not at his best. So Pochettino would definitely, it's a common sense, make sure that he has the game time potentially and hopefully get a goal. And of course, in my opinion, either it's Jackson, Enzo, whoever starts, our big players, Reece James, of course, because he just came back from fitness, and all the other players who will start, that will be a part of the game against Spurs. I don't see like most of them playing 90 minutes. So again, it depends where we are in this game. If we are leading, we are comfortable, then you'll see a lot of changes, early changes in the second half, and maybe some in the halftime. And we might see Washington. It depends again, like if we are leading, let's say 2-0, he can always come as a sub, as an early sub in the second half.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I'm sharing the link to my 21 seconds of predicted lineup. Please go watch it and drop a like on it. For me, I'd really appreciate that. And And as you're watching, Rabba Taha, do not use too many more than two emojis. Otherwise, yeah, the machine that's policing the chat will time you out or actually block you from the channel. So please apologize that it deleted your messages. I've undeleted them. Hit the like button, people. We can do a little more. Yeah, we can do better than 31 likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. Let's see. Imagine losing to Blackburn on Halloween. The internet will crucify Poch so bad, even just go away.
The
Go away.
first
Leave me
person,
alone.
the first person who will crucify Poch will be me. I promise you. If he'll lose to Blackburn and go out, you will hear me crucify Pochettino tomorrow. I hope
And
not.
here's-
I hope not.
I hope not. I don't think we'll lose tomorrow, but whether will the outcome be? I don't know. See my 21 seconds of predicted lineup here. It's a YouTube shot. Please go watch it and drop a like on that particular video for me to help trigger YouTube algorithm. Let's see what else we have here. What if Jackson gets injured tomorrow? Then David Washington gets to play, or maybe we'll see a lineup without him, a lineup where Palmer plays in the false nine role, Raheem Sterling left wing and right wing, right forward and right forward, or whatever time you want to call it. Who was that on the day? I've forgotten who played that on the day. So we can still do without him. Besides, we are playing a Champions League side who are extremely physical. So you need more physical players on the pitch. Then Jackson is the guy. Maybe Poch should be rested too. You never know. Maybe the man needs a break. He's a human being after all. He's not perfect, and I get where the argument is coming from. But let's see. This one here is saying, okay, will you send the book back? Jerry, you're being asked if we lose tomorrow, will you send the book back?
I'm put on the spot right now. I'll answer after the game. I hope we'll win, right? That's all I can say right now.
Yeah, it makes sense. Let's talk after the game. Then we'll find out. Let's see. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. And again, apologies to Rabata for your message being deleted. Don't use more than two emojis. I don't want that to happen to you again. We cannot rest Poch Dante as his assistant is red carded. Oh, the assistant knew he needs to hide. Wow. Poch injury prone too. I think every Chelsea fan, the whole thing has trickled down to the fans also. Did you see Pochettino said in his press conference, Rhys James will start tomorrow? Yep, and that's why we have him on the lineup. Yep. This year, we've read that there's faith in Nicholas Jackson and Amanda Broya, and the club feels Christopher Nkunku return could make all the difference. Same thing we've talked about. Chelsea's opponent tomorrow, Blackburn, 7.21, are the highest rated team in the Carabao Cup this season. Wow. So they're not going to be an easy team to play against. John Terry versus Rafa Benitez after losing to Man City in the FA Cup. John Terry, we came in after the game. Okay, that's just news, and I don't think we need that, honestly. Keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes to go a long way. A few highlights from the manager's presser yesterday. Let's look at them. I think we get to find where he says, where he talked about Rhys James will most certainly start tomorrow. This here says that Mauricio Pochettino confirms Rhys James will start tomorrow. So thank you for saying that again, brother. I can confirm he's going to start. I wanted to confirm only one player, but it is good for the team. It's good for him to start from the beginning of the game. So he most definitely will start tomorrow. This here says that Mauricio Pochettino is asked the latest with Ben Chilwell, and has he gone to LA? Okay, different players, when it is a longer period of recovery, we change their scenarios as every day, 12 hours here. I know it's their job, but sometimes the players need change. They need to, you could say, need to enjoy life. I think he doesn't have a problem with what's his name? Benchi were traveling to LA and was seeing the partying with the lady, maybe his girlfriend or wife. Mauricio Pochettino is asked if his assistant, Jesus Perez, will be available tomorrow after his red card. He will be available tomorrow. I think he deserved to be fined. I need to apologize to Brentford, and he knows he made a mistake. He wanted to help the team. whatever way he can. Mauricio Pochettino was asked about the good preseason form and what happened. Not fair to talk because so many details happen. And you need always some luck. One of the situation was the injury to Nkunku. We wanted him to provide goals and help the team. Here's the thing. One thing I want to talk about preseason also. We don't have all the players we had during preseason now. And that makes a whole lot of difference, in my opinion. Mauricio Pochettino is asked to if he has a message for the fans. I think it is to be with us. I know it's difficult to keep all your feelings, but it is normal. The fans want to win and sometimes are frustrated when we don't win. The message is to believe in and trust in the team. And here's the thing, even if you think the players are or the manager either, again, it's the reason why we've been losing games or not playing well. The fans are usually seen as the 12th man. And when you don't support your team, you only wait for them to be winning before you raise your voice, before you sing them praises, before you cheer them on. Then we have a problem. You have to cheer them on even when we're one goal down and all that. Mauricio Pochettino is asked if he has an eye on Monday's game against Tottenham. We are not going to take decisions tomorrow for Monday because I think we have time to recover. We are going to try to take it very seriously, like always. As I think I'm not going to try to open that one. Mauricio Pochettino is asked, have targets changed and what is a good season? It's difficult to say now. The most important is the game to go step by step, to go through the competition. It's important then to go to Tottenham and receive Manchester City. Mauricio Pochettino asks how important is the cup. Really important. I told you before, it's going to be really important for us. We are going to try and play with our best team. Pay attention to that aspect. To play with our best team, maybe some players we need to rest. Thiago Silva, i.e. Conor Gallagher following. I think Colwell may well be rested. After a Saturday, we cannot take some risks. So it makes sense. Some players who will rest. So that's it. Let me just move on from that presser. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Mauricio Pochettino, when asked, will Nkunku or Mudryk be back for Monday? Mudryk maybe, but not Nkunku. Mudryk actually not starting for Monday. Mauricio Pochettino wants to put his faith in young players such as Cole Palmer, Nicholas Jackson, and Amanda Broya, but Chelsea have lacked a focal point in attack, and Ivan Toney, a link-up play could help bring it together forward. But that's, by the way, we move on from that. Here's the lineup here. If you have any questions, put it in the chat and out. We'll try to address it. What is the standard? Just give me a second here. Oh, God. What is the standard at Chelsea? Winning or prolonged mediocrity, clarity or papers is an ace. That process talk is nonsense. I can't change that. That's why in most cases I don't bother myself. I can't change it. If I like, you can climb a pole and jump from there. I will not change anything. It's as simple as that. What you guys think of Poch laughing and joking with opposition staff after the game? I don't like that. I don't like that. Just go home. It's as simple as that. Here's the thing. I'm going to say that because I was one of those that condemned Pulisic when he was laughing and joking with Leeds United players when they hammered us. I think was it 3-0. I don't like that. I don't think it makes sense. Mudryk is not available. Certainly, maybe against Tottenham. Some say that we were 2 points more during last season at the stage. I haven't paid attention to that, but I think what I'm seeing. I think we're better off in many sense in the fact that we're playing, you see players who want to be here. The difference is that they're not as experienced as the players we had last season. Last season, we were watching players who were playing as if they were in the wrong place. They didn't want they want nothing to do with what playing for Chelsea at the time. And we made too many changes. So I have to consider bringing those factors together. I'm saying we're making progress, and I'm not too concerned, really. Poch is just an average coach, and his observation attitude towards obsessive attitude towards Nkunku proves that man cannot problem solve to save his life. Nkunku cannot score all the goals for us. I agree with you. After a loss, though, maybe he should do that away from cameras. Yeah, I think he should. I agree with you. Why are we resting Gallagher in this game, Coach? because I think the manager will rest him. He does a lot of running. He should be our DM in this game. We don't need any more DMs. He's good to single-handedly take care of everything. Okay. That's it. Again, anybody else on the panel has anything else to say before we call it a day? Let me put up a poll and ask what people think the outcome will be before we call it a day. Yep. The question here, anybody on the panel, if you have anything else to say, you go ahead. All right, let me ask some questions here. I'll join you in a bit. All right. Blackburn.
Hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, I've been having audio issues, so that's why I go out and come back in. So
Yeah, I'm seeing that myself. Yeah.
yeah, well, I just think we need to take that match serious, definitely. But I honestly, if you ask me, I wouldn't be happy seeing us playing Conference League. The least we should be gunning for is UEFA Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, UEFA Cup is the least we should be gunning for.
All right. Anybody else has anything else to say before we call it a day? And we have 32 likes. That's not easy. Yep. I think things will improve over time. Says I don't like it either. Coach, there's a time and a place for that. Not after a bad loss. Yep, that would turn the fans against them. Honestly, I don't like that. Coach, if the sports game don't go our way, we could end up 16th. Yeah. So it's going to be a long season, but let's see what happens on the day. But I don't fear sports because they're one of the big guys. Gallagher is made for this sort of games. The rigid, aimless Sunday league style of teams is where he thrives. I hope, again, it's up to the manager to decide what players will be better. Again, he would do better for us on the pitch. Another funny statistics: if we lose to Spurs, we will be 17th. We will be 17 points behind them at the start of November. And the banter, they will kill us with banter, in my opinion. Tomorrow, we could suffer on the field. Depends of the midfield we choose. Yep. Blackburn have a squad of Gallagher's. Wow. What a game will it be tomorrow? An interesting one indeed. This is a game where Gallagher can have endless freedom to run around. So anybody else has anything else on the panel to say other than that? If nothing, we'll call it a day. Honestly, I think we've done well. It's been an excellent show, in my opinion. The numbers will improve. I'm not too concerned. There's a pattern to that.
Yeah, thank you, Coach, for having me. It's been
thanks to you too for finding the time to join. And I don't know if I've added your credentials to the description section already, or haven't I? But if I haven't, I'll do that the moment the show ends. And Mip, yep, nice to see you. Take care all with that. I think I'm going to say hello to Chimera. Thank you for joining. Jersey, thank you for joining the panel. Oladipupa Jude, thank you for joining the panel. Chimera, much love to you. My bro here, Ataki Support. Look at the roll call. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Debayo, much love to you. And the Blue Chief again, much love to you. JC, much love to you. Eugene, much love to you. Constantine Dante, much love to you. I appreciate you all. See you guys next time. God bless us all. If I missed your name once more, apologies. I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all and cheers.